Welcome everybody, Ep38 here, time for another Boom Beach video. We got Angry G Vibe Highlight episode 38 today. And we're going to be kicking it off with an attack from Beachleech. Beachleech is one of our newer players. I wanted to welcome him to the team today. So he's going to do a hit on Titan. It was a very good hit. Sort of come out of nowhere with this one. I liked it. So let's check it out. I got the Doom Cannon and Mortar sort of covering the beach. I like it, but he's all good. Dropped his Zukas nice and low on the beach. Remember, this is a 292 map, so it's actually going to have a decent amount of health on the core. He manages to avoid the Doom Cannon and Mortar. Drop some poop critters for that power cell apparently. Did lose the delay, which was unfortunate, but it's okay. He managed to clear all those mines, so they're not going to be an issue. Smoked on up, that was the second power cell dying, and he throws critters into the first smoke, or just around the first smoke, flares onto the core, and he's already UR'd that flamethrower. So everything fired into the critters and then corrected onto the UR. Straight after that. He's now UR'd the second flamethrower. It's really hard to see what's going on here with those flamethrowers flaming each other up to see how much health is left on them. But he's smoking the core down, and then he shocks the shock launchers. They did get a few of the Zukas and Sparky first off, and then he throws an extra shock on the majority of or as many of rocket launchers as he could. He got a good group of 6, and look at that. That had a ton of health on it, and it's now like almost spartable. Not quite, but great hit from Beachleech. Just absolutely smoked that one. So great hit from him. We got BigW with the shock, with the core rush on HumblePie. Let's see how he goes. He's got the top shield, the top right and left shields already taken out. Got a few items in range today. Looks like one there was like quite a few shocks. We'll see how many he does when he does get up there. Doesn't gather any GBE, so he must be confident. That rocket launch is close to being in range. The flamethrower right there, and then he gets right up to 9 o'clock. Does a critter smoke by the look of it. Flares onto the core, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shocks. 5 shocks, and that critter's catering for the top. And is it gonna go down? Whoa. One more shot. Boom! Boom! No! Oh my god, look how close this is. And does he get it with a barrage? He gets it with the barrage and art. Manages to finish it off. A bit of a clutch finish there. I was on the edge of my seat when I was watching that one live. There was, what is that, 9, so 2 mil on the core. Pretty close to that. We only cleared pretty much the shields and a couple of defenses, so there would have been a decent amount on there. Great hit from Big, and then we're going to go over and see what BVD has for us. Baron von Donut. Again, the shields are all taken care of. We're going to go for another core rush. Quite a few shocks out there today. That looks very hostile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa! This is going to be very interesting. I like it. How many shocks do you see? Have a look. What do you see? Yeah, it's looking pretty tight over there. We usually rush this from the 10 o'clock position, just there. He's using, it's level 22 mines, like right on the fringes too, and he's not going to have if he's doing 10 shocks, or ballpark 10 shocks, that's a lot of GBE, so he's going to need quite a lot of cells from the left. He's not going to be able to clear any mines. There's a decent amount of health on it, being the 260 map, as you can see there. So let's check it out. He's just going to be clearing these mines for a ton of time. It's only got a minute 30 on the clock from now. I didn't see what it said at the beginning of the attack, but you usually get just over 4 minutes. So it's a decent amount. Those flame rocket launchers off to the right are out of range, and that laser was out of range. So now he's going to use the flare's added brick. He's not going to let her hang around and try and target something, and he's going to smoke before she even gets there, because she can act pretty damn crazy sometimes. Flares up to the shock launchers. I like it. Gets that path in there. Overlapping smoke a little bit because delay is going to be critical. It's going to be really hard for someone to follow without all of that GBE together. Flares into that nice little spot. Gets the medkit out. And then how many shocks is this? Flares onto the core. Activates battle orders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shocks. 10 shock core rush on Maze. 10. Wow. That is just crazy. Just throws them all. You have to be really quick when you're throwing 10 shocks. And hammering down the core. Look at all the shock timers. They're almost the same, even though he had to tap 10 times. And boom! Down goes the core with the medkits. He's so angry. I love it. Great hit from BVD. I love that. I love a 10 shock core rush. You don't see that every day. And that's why I made it to the highlights. I love it. It's a great hit from BVD. Now we're going to head over to HumblePie. We've got Ryan with the combo hit. Let's see what he does. Clears out a few mines. Goes after these rocket launchers. Going to make his life a little bit easier moving forwards. Only using 2 boats of Zukas though. So 260 map. I'm not sure what the damage is, but gets the shock down on the machine gun and rocket launchers and hot pot. Manages to save the majority of his girls. Did have to use 2 shocks though. It's a bit more GBE than we're used to. And using Grens to clear out these right sides so he can make a little bit of room. If he did flare into that right corner before getting rid of those cells, Grens would have just committed suicide and killed a bunch of Zukas. So he's kept those Zukas so that he can clear out this front area a lot quicker. That's going to mean that he can get onto those shields nice and quickly. He's cleared out that one flamethrower. Probably wasn't really a big deal. That machine gun there is sometimes a boom cannon, and that can make it a lot harder to fit the grenadiers in here. Rocket launcher is just going to be going after Sparky. Could have used Sparky or battle orders. Could have made a case for either really, but these poop critters will help out a little bit, I guess. I didn't see him hack anything, and now he's already flaring up. He hasn't taken down all the shields, but he needs to get these mines down on the left side of the core. He's using 2 boats so that they walk a little bit wider and clip some of those junction mines, which can make or break the top shield hit and the core rush to a certain extent. So let's check that out. He's spreading his smokes out a little bit more. He had to drop the flare and these troops quicker when there was about 40 seconds on the clock, because he was running out of time. There wasn't even so great hit from Ryan, great awareness to be able to drop the heavies nice and early, and then they just needed to do that last shield just needed to be barred out. So here we go. We've got a hit from Lou. Lou and BVD are going to be doing the last 2 hits. So this is a 159 Boomtown, not necessarily the highest force point, but the defenses are all still there. All the key defenses, the rocket launchers on the left here, all the rear rocket launchers. There is 1 cannon, but the rest are still rocket launchers. So if anything, it might even be a little bit harder than a higher force point Boomtown. A little bit of a gap there on the left. Did lose a few Zukas, kind of scared me a decent amount. But he's still got a decent number of Zukas there, so that's going to be all good. Using a shock to get rid of the machine gun damage and help him take out those shield generators. manages to flare up. Got a decent amount of health on both, on all three Scorches now. Did take a little bit of damage on the one. But yeah, as I was saying, because there's less power cells at the top, there's a lot more less GBE up for grabs. So it's going to be a lot harder to actually do the rest of the hit. I mean, your lower force point doesn't necessarily, it's going to be easier because all the defense is still there. Rocket launcher is still going to kill a Zuka, whether it's a high health or high damage. Doesn't really matter to a certain extent. Let Sparky die on the way around the corner. Times those smokes nicely. Gets the shock on the cannon. A few Zukas do die to the lower rocket launcher, but that's not too bad. I mean, it's not ideal, but he does manage. Look at this, one Scorcher versus the rocket launcher, and it manages to take it down. That is great. I mean, that wouldn't have been possible on a higher level Boomtown for sure. But Boomtown in 2 is always crazy. And look at this, Lou with the open and BVD with the close. I love it. So let's check out BVD with the finish. I love this hit. He's flag landing. Not gonna kill. He needs Sparky for the next hit, and he just flares straight through the boom mines, knowing that the Zukas are gonna get there first, and they're gonna eat that up. And now he's flaring up, and look at how close he is to all of those mines that would have ruined his day. Sure, they're level 21 mine, but if he hit 1, he would have hit 2. And if he hit 2, he would have lost Zukas. And if he hit a shock mine, he would have lost Zukas, because he wouldn't have, the timing would have been off. It would have been horrible. So now BVD moves on up, gets into the dead zone of these 2 rocket launchers, and shocks the critical things with a critter there. And now he's out of range of that shock launcher. He can harvest what little GBE there is at the top, clear those mines on the right hand side, and then he can move over and use Sparky, a shock and Sparky, to distract and kill those defenses, top defenses that would be in range. So great hit from BVD. Now he's going to move over. He still doesn't have any GBE to collect, which is just nuts that he can get this far all the way through this hit, and he must have hardly any GBE the whole time. Here we go, moving on. All he's doing is shocking. He's letting the Zukas spread, so they're not going to get taken out by anything as badly as he might usually. He's shocking the shock launcher because they're going to just splash everything. Rocket launchers are just out of range of this section of Zukas, and boom! Down it goes with enough GBE for the medkit. Great hit from BVD. Love your work. As you can see there, it was 1.1 is 2.4 mil on the core. So great hit from the BVD. Great level intel. Everybody's doing really well. Everyone pulling weight. Team's doing awesome. J-Train helping us out. Flight helping us out. The core team's doing well. We've got a couple of new players. The team's looking really well. I mean, we're just still doing Fall on Hope every day. And having fun. Having a lot of fun in here. As you can see, we're currently 16th, but we normally bounce up to the lower end of the singles. So we're doing really well. Loving our time. Good vibes only. So be sure to comment down below which attack was your favorite and why. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more Boom Beach.